Everybody, it's Aaron here, and in this video I'm going to show you guys step by step how to hire a reliable and dependable $2 to $3 an hour VA, and also a secret hack that you can use to get more bang for your buck when you actually hire a VA. And the process I'm going to show you also will ensure that the VA actually knows what he or she is doing, and you'll get the top quality work that you want from that VA. So let's get right into it. So how's it going, everybody? This is my channel, Aaron Bogle, where we talk about SMMA and how to grow your SMA agency and how to also get results for clients as well, and also sometimes how to make money online. So let me just get straight right into it on how to hire a $2 to $3 an hour VA. First thing you got to do, and it's proven, you can't do it without doing this first, is to hit a like button on this video. It's a proven process, and this is step one. If you don't do this step, then you're going to get a VA who's lazy, and it's going to waste your money as well. Trust me, I've been there, done that. So like the video, that's step one. And then also, if you hit subscribe, you're going to get even a more dependable VA. Trust me, I've done this before. I've been there, done that, did the whole shebang. You gotta hit like and subscribe to get that great VA. So in all seriousness, thank you for hitting the like button, by the way, to appease the YouTube algorithm. Hiring a VA can, overall just be such a huge benefit to your SMMA, because you can either amplify something that you're already doing. So that way, if you're the only one doing a specific task, and you need just more hands on deck, you can amplify that and do that task even more. And also, it could be just a good way to outsource something that you just don't want to do anymore. So let's say you don't want to send cold messages, or you don't want to cold call businesses for the most part. You can hire a good VA that knows how to cold call, and overall you don't have to worry about that anymore, and you can literally just wake up to new appointments on your schedule because of it. Or if you don't know how to really do discovery calls or do closing calls for the most part, you can of course hire a VA to do that for you as well. So pretty much with anything with SMMA, you can really just outsource it to a VA. And also, you don't need to be making 6-7 figures before you hire a VA. Even if you're just starting out, hiring a VA could be good, because again, that saves you time, so you can focus on other things with your SMMA, and you don't have to worry about an aspect of it. It can save you time, and overall, it can sometimes also just save you money from not having to use, softwares or, email services or whatever you want. So it could also be a way to save you a little bit of money as well. But anyway, so this is just the quick overview of the benefits of hiring a VA. But you have to make sure that they're reliable, that they know what they're doing, and that you can depend on them to do the job independently. And trust me, there are a lot of VAs out there that have no idea what they're doing, and then all they do is just they want to take your money, and then they don't provide the high quality service that that they promised that they would get for you. But I have a way, so that way that you'll never hire a VA like that, and you'll be able to get a good VA from the start. So the first question is, where do you find a good VA? So there are many different sites you can use, but the one I personally use, and the one that most people use, is actually Upwork, which we're gonna go right into. Okay, so I'm here on my Upwork account, and if you don't have an Upwork account already, it's free to make, and you can make both a freelancer profile and a client profile as well. So you need the client profile if you want to be able to hire the freelancer as well. So the first thing you want to do is you want to click on post a job. So when you click on post a job, it's going to take you through a bunch of questions that you want to fill out. So the first thing you want to do is you want to do a short-term or part-time work, or a long dedicated project. For most of you guys, because most of you people who watch this are just starting out with SMMA, or maybe have a few clients, you can just choose short-term for right now, hit continue, and then you can enter the name of the job post, and then so you can say let's say you want to find someone to do sales calls for you. So sales. So you can name something SMMA sales call. You want to be more specific when it comes to that. So we could just say sales and business development. And just to let you guys know, I use my own VA to help me, with cold outreach overall. And so that's why I hired a VA, and it saved me a lot of time and just a lot of frustrations. And I've been able to get a good amount of appointments from sending a specific message that I send, that I tell my VA to send. And the message I told the VA to send, it's based off my cold call script, which is located in my group, which is, you can get a link in the description for that below. But I did change it a good amount because I did want the VA to do something slightly different, and to just not, and since cold calling and cold messaging are different, I did want to word it a little bit differently. And if you want to know exactly what I said, you should book a one-on-one time with me, so that way you can learn exactly step by step what you need to do in order to get your first client, get them results, or get even more clients overall. So there's a link in the description below for the group and to book a one-on-one time call with me. Okay, so actually, instead of just sales calls, since that's going to be a bit complicated, let's just say you want someone to send emails for us. So email e-commerce businesses. Let's say you want the VA to do that instead of just sales calls overall. That's an easier example to go over. So you want to choose someone who does lead generation. Then you click next. So that's the job category, and then you want to do a description. So overall, the description is kind of the easy part. So what I like to put in the description is, what I'm looking for. So I say, you can say something like, I'm looking for someone to, email e-commerce businesses for me and try to get appointments. And for something like this, you want to, like I was saying in the beginning of the video, you want to have something set that is already working. Because if you try to outsource something that doesn't work, then overall you're just gonna pay money to send a message that just doesn't work overall. So this is assuming that this message you have is proven, you have a template for it. So you could just say something like, I'm looking for a VA to send a message script to e-commerce stores. So then you just say a description that's something just like that. Then you can say something like, I usually say what the pay is, like in the description as well, even though you're gonna say in the details as well. So one thing I really do to make sure I get, the highest qualities of VAs is that, I'll type my message overall, blah, 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 blah. And then in the middle of in the middle of a paragraph, I'll say, please type, read, so I know you read this. And then, I'll keep typing my description overall. So I do this because, what most freelancers on Upwork do is that, they have their own template that they have, and then they just copy and paste it. And overall, they don't care if they're doing it like that. They don't care about, actually helping you out. They just want to get a job on Upwork, and we don't want people like that. We want people who are, detail oriented and will actually read through the description, and that means they'll follow directions. So just doing this alone, you can, cut off like 40% of the people who don't even read your description, and then that they're not a good candidate. So then you don't have to hire them. And then also what you can also include is just a video that shows step by step what you want them to do as well. So you can take, a Loom video like what I'm doing now, or you don't have to take a Loom video. You can just show them step by step during the interview process as well, which I may not get into in this video, but in another video, I will go over how to do the interview process, since that's its own beast. So I will probably do like a part 2 with this video on like how to interview your VA. Once you make your description, just include what you expect them to do. Include this part so that that they read it. Please type read. And also you want to include some skills that they might want to have. So you might want to say you should have attention to detail. You should be able to be fine doing mundane tasks, etc., etc. So it's just some other skills that you would want the VA to have that would make them fun, and that would make them want to work with you. So we're gonna click on next, and then pretty much you want to click on this. Kind of doesn't really matter. You can click on one-time project or an ongoing project. Screening questions, if you want, more quality. So you can add a question that's more specific to what you're looking for. So you can say something like, okay, what's your experience like, et cetera, et cetera. These aren't really important because the cover letter should overall say what they offer to you. But pretty much they're gonna require a cover letter, which is good enough for you to read. So you can click on continue, and then you want to click on the services that actually make sense. So this case would be appointment setting, data scraping, B2B, and then business size. We're going to be talking small business owners. Then you can add more lists here if you would like. This should be good at Microsoft Excel. All right. So in this case here, so when I first did this, I just hired an entry-level person because I thought since the job I was doing really doesn't matter, I'll just find the cheapest person. But you can still get an expert in the field for $3 an hour. It just depends on the location that you actually choose. But for now, we're just gonna choose entry level, because the VA I work with right now is an entry level VA, but he still works great overall. And now this is the important part. So pretty much you want to choose worldwide, and you want to choose someone from the Philippines because usually people from the Philippines are really hard workers and will get you the most bang for your buck. They know a lot of English. They know English very, very well. If you're an English speaker like me, but overall they're very nice and they're very friendly to work with. You can add people from other countries as well, like India and like other places as well. But the Philippines is definitely one of the best places to get a $2 to $3 an hour VA. And the thing is, you might be thinking, oh, I'm paying so little right now. Well, $3 an hour here is worth a lot more in the Philippines. So, overall, you might think that you're not paying them that much, but to them, you're paying them a huge amount. You can think of, I forget what cruise ship does this exactly, but they pay, they have mostly Philippine workers, and they pay them $1.80 per hour. And that's just because the US dollar is so much more powerful than the currency they use in the Philippines. So the fact that they can get that much money is that much more money. And for you, $3 an hour, you can also limit the time that they work as well. So they don't have to work the traditional 8 hours a day. You can make them work only 10 hours per week or something like that. So that way you're paying a fixed amount each and every week. So then you can see, who wants to see your job. I would just do anyone, so freelancers and agencies, even though you're mostly just going to see freelancers. I just do anyone. It depends how many freelancers you want. If you want more than one freelancer to do your, whatever outreach you're doing, then you use more than one. If you want one, then use one. And then if you have any specific agencies, sure ahead. Talent preferences, you can choose. This is actually very important. So talent preferences, you want to make sure that their English is at least conversational or better, because if they don't know any English, then you can't communicate, and then communication is one of the most important parts when doing with this. So conversational or better, or fluent or better is fine. Conversational though is good enough. Most people you're gonna get are gonna be in the fluent or better, but it depends how well your English is overall. And then for the job success score, I just stuck with any. But if you want to make sure you hire the highest quality, you can have 80%, 90% and up. But overall here, it doesn't really matter, because people who are still, they're not 80% or 90% up, they're still going to apply the job anyway. And then any amount earned, depends how complex your task is. Because again, this is just for a simple task that I already have a step-by-step sheet for. I just need someone to do it. But if your task is more complex than that, you may want to get someone who's possibly earned money on Upwork already, but that's up to you as well. Anyway, you can just click on next. And then here is the part where you can say, you can do is have them work $3 an hour. So you just type in 2 or 3, whatever that you want. And then you can type in less than 1 month, or 1 to 3 months, however much you think. I mean, obviously, as you're working with a freelancer, they're not going to be like, oh, 1 month's up, I'm not going to work for you anymore, bye. Because the current freelancer I probably chose, 1 to less than 1 month. And this is probably like month 2 he's working with me, I think. So it doesn't really matter. So yeah, and then, you can choose, it's going to be less than 30 hours per week, or you could just say you don't know yet. And then you review everything. And then once you review it, you can just click on post job now. And then once you do that, you're going to get, especially since it's from the Philippines, you're going to get a lot of requests really, really fast. So I remember I set this up, during the night, and I fell asleep. I woke up to like 20 different proposals and stuff. So what you can then do is you go through the proposals and you read through them. You want to just try to make sure that what I looked out for, it was that that they said, read in my message. If they didn't say like, the keyword I have, so that I know that they've read it, then I just discard the proposal. It's a waste of their connects, so it's all well for them. But what I also look for is pretty much how well do they read into the job description, and if they understand what I want them to do, and overall, how do their skills and what they bring to the table, how can that benefit me? So for example, if I just want them to cold email, if they say something like, I understand you want, someone to cold email e-commerce businesses for you. I have skills with, finding the business owner's name, finding their email address, and, sending out messages. So, and I also know, how to find, a correct email, and, how to dig to a website to get their email. So something along those lines of like, what skills do they bring to the table that would help me, that will help them fulfill the job even more. So yeah, that's overall how you hire a $3 an hour VA. But if you want to get more bang for your buck, and here's the secret, what you have to do is this. You have to first like this video and make sure you hit the subscribe button below. So that's step 1. If you don't, then again, you're going to get a trash VA. I'm sorry. But once you do that, you can just pay a fixed price, and then you can set a specific budget. So, okay, so let's say that you're confident in your script, that, let's say if you send, 500 messages, you're going to get, like 10 appointments from that, right? So instead of paying someone $3 an hour, because, during that $3 an hour, they may send, 50 messages one day, but then, something may come up and they only send like, 10 messages the next day. You can do something to do a pay per performance. So for example, let's say you can say, I'm going to send you, pay you $50 to send 750 messages, right? What you can do overall is you can have a pay a fixed price, and then overall in the description, you can say you're going to get paid, $50 for every 700 messages that you send. So that way you only pay them when they fulfill that milestone and they actually send those 1,000 messages overall. With each day it fluctuates, so that, one day they may send, 20 messages, another day they may send only 5 or 10 for you. And, you still have to pay them by the hour. But if you pay them by the performance, and just the performance is just sending messages, then, you can get a lot more bang for your buck when you do it like this. So yeah, once you do that, you can go ahead, you're going to get a lot of proposals, and you can hire the VA. So I'm going to cover in another video how to do an interview for the VA, since this video is getting a bit longer than I wanted to. But then in this video, I'm going to talk about, what questions you should ask, the signs you should look out for, and just my story of when I interviewed and hired a VA as well. So that video should be up very shortly. It's probably going to be right after this video is uploaded as well. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video on how to hire a $2 to $3 an hour VA. This one specifically from the Philippines, but it could be from anywhere. So now you should click on the video up there, so you know the 3 steps you need to take in order to get your first digital marketing client. I'll see you guys in that video. Take care.